been hanging out at the racetrack, and I love being around these horses. They're so beautiful. They're huge and stately, 1,000 pounds of rippling muscle, right? But as calm and serene as they are in the stable, I'll tell you, on race day, it's a whole nother matter, because they put them in these starting gates, and they're just like so excited, ready to burst out of the gate. Their nostrils are flaring, their eyeballs are bulging. They are literally chomping at the bit. And then they open the gates and they tear out of there, 45 miles an hour. You know, it's crazy, thundering footsteps and a cloud of dust. What happened? Well, they were unleashed. They were let loose. They were finally set free to run the way they were meant to run. And that's what God so badly wants to see happen in your life and mine. Imagine if your life was totally unleashed. If God could unleash all the horsepower of mountain, imagine what God could do. You know, the Bible often invites us to look backward in history at some amazing people that have lived these incredible lives of tremendous faith in God. People like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, and others. And you know, mountains got our own history like that. People who have gone before us and taken steps of faith in their own walk with God, and who by God's grace have helped make Mountain what it is today.
Mountain Church began in 1824 with just a tiny handful of faithful Christ followers. They met in a little log cabin church building that sat up on the hill next to Mountain Road. These folk were absolutely devoted to doing whatever it takes to reach more people so they could make more and better disciples. And that was 192 years ago. And today, you know, Mountain was just named the 41st fastest growing church in America last year. We have over 1,000 baptisms in just the last couple of years. Every weekend, over 5,000 people gather on 3 mountain campuses who then live out their faith with a life on mission with this ever-expanding ripple that reaches literally all over the world. And that's because the Jesus who called together that little group in the log cabin church is the same Jesus who's calling us together and sending us out today.
The track is before us. The gates are open. We've been so loved by God, and it's our time now to unleash love. It's going to take a step of faith on your part to do that, but it's going to be an amazing adventure.
In 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 12, it says this, "May the Lord pour on the love so it fills your lives and splashes over on everyone around you." And that's what Unleash Love is really all about, just spilling and spreading God's love through us on everyone all around us. Now, Unleash Love is a 24-month initiative in which we're going to sync up with the mission of Jesus and unleash radical love like never before.
What you love about Jesus is that when he was walking the earth, he just loved everyone all the time. He was loving here, there, everywhere he went. And what we want to do over the next 2 years at Mountain together is exactly the same thing. We've come up with some strategies that God, we believe, has led us to that will help us unleash love here, there, and everywhere. First, right here. That's the immediate area right here where God has called us to. There's a huge mission right at Mountain. So this means all the ministries that make Mountain Mountain, everything that we love about how Mountain serves. We're going to bring a refresh to some children's space so it just screams, we love kids at all of our campuses. And then we're going to unleash love there. This is the area right around Mountain. God's calling us, y'all. It is time for us to launch our next multi-site campus. We need to plant more churches, and we need to leverage technology to the full so we can launch an online campus. And finally, we're going to unleash love everywhere. This refers to the global impact God is going to make through us at Mountain. And specifically, Unleash Love will allow us to enhance some ministry we're doing in Kenya, in India, and in a restricted access area of Southeast Asia, where we're going to go to a completely unchurched area.
My neighbor wanted to visit Mountain and asked me if I wanted to go, and I said sure. And when I came in, I just felt like I was home.
I'm just so grateful for what the youth ministry has done for our children. My daughter came to know the Lord right outside these doors 17 years ago, and my other daughter was baptized in the sanctuary here. And just a few weeks ago, my youngest son preached his first sermon in the same sanctuary. It just makes me more grateful to those who sacrificed to make it happen for us.
To unleash love means to us basically to show other people God's love the way that we've experienced here at Mountain. And people have loved on us in intense amounts.
One thing that excites me about the Unleash Love initiative when it comes to serving is just picturing or imagining coming to a Second Saturday Serve and seeing hundreds of people there ready to serve. Out in the community, doing God's work, that would just be amazing.
Now, Unleash Love is what we're calling a One Fund initiative. You know, maybe you've heard about a traditional campaign somewhere else where you give a gift that they would call above and beyond what you'd normally give. Well, Unleash Love is different. Unleash Love is everything we do at Mountain. So all the ministries, all of our general fund, ministry budget items, our expansion at Mountain Road, new campuses, global mission, everything is one mission and one fund. So Unleash Love is a call to all of us to commit one whole number, one total commitment of radical, sacrificial generosity over the next 2 years, so we can unleash love in an extravagantly generous way.
I grew up in a house where there was no Bible. My grandparents never went to church. I am the unchurched. And Mountain is the place where I came to find and know Christ. It changed my life. It changed my family's life. It changed the trajectory of my family and for generations to come.
Friends, I've never been more excited about what God is doing through Mountain than I am right now. The stories are amazing. It's incredible. And yet here's the truth. I believe our best days are ahead. I believe what's really exciting is the track that's out in front of us. And I want that to be true in my own life, and I bet you do too. Here's how you don't miss that. You just ask God, as sincerely as you know how to do, God, how do you want to unleash love through me and my life? How should I pray? How should I give? How should I serve so you could unleash love through me? If you're ready for a spiritual adventure, if you're ready to take a step of faith that will really stretch you, if you're ready to go closer to Jesus, and if you're ready to see Mountain do some amazing stuff together that none of us could do by ourselves, then you're ready for Unleash Love.